Hello, welcome to Ekidel. We are a twin future civil and structural engineer. Today, I will be showing you how to model a rooftop swimming pool at the top of a 16-story building. So by the end of this lesson, you will be able to know how to model and also apply the load of a swimming pool at the top of the 16-story building or at the top of a building. Okay, looking at this right now, you can see that this is an L-shaped swimming pool, as you can see just now. And from our CAD file of this 16-story building, you can see that there is a pool at the top of this place. As you can see that, this is the section elevation for this 16-story building. And if you can check the plan view of this place at the top of this roof here, you will be seeing that swimming pool here, as you can see just now. So I'll be showing you now how to model this swimming pool, as you can see it directly on the CAD file here. Okay, so this is the pool plan, and this is the rooftop, this is the green area, and this is the lift, and this is the staircase, okay, or the stairway, which also we have here on this place. Okay, so this is the pool, and this is the green area, as you can see that, and this is the lift, and this is the stairway, which is the access to this rooftop area. So you can see what we've just done so far right now. So I will urge you to sit tight and then watch me do this, or teach you how to do this. Okay, and if you're new on Ekidel, I will say you should please subscribe to our channel and give this video a thumbs up. Okay, right now let's begin right now for the modeling of this swimming pool at the top of this place. See you then there. Hello, welcome to Ekidel. We are a twin future civil and structural engineer. My name is Justice Moka, and I am your instructor. Today, I'll be showing you the part 11 of this 16-story building design. And on this part 11, we will be modeling the top swimming pool for this 16-story building. As you can see right now, from our CAD file here, at the top, we have a swimming pool here at the top of this 16-story building. So I'll be showing you how to model a swimming pool at the top of the roof, as you can see it here. So the first thing I'll do right now is to change the color of this swimming pool water so that it can be very visible to you guys. So I'll do just that now, and then I'll come here and then change the color to something sky blue and all that. Okay, so I'll just do that just now. Okay, so let me just pick the sky blue right now. I can just pick it. Let me see. This one is not. Let me just choose that one here. That looks like water symbol. Okay, that's fine. So right now you can now see that we have a swimming pool that is dropping down at this very area. Now, for most of you that have this CAD file, you will see that before this time, this your swimming pool is at this place. That's because this plan was turned in a different direction. So I would say that you should just rotate your plan how to this very stable. This is the area where the swimming pool is. So before this time, this was how this plan was turned. Let me just turn it this way now and show you guys how this plan was turned. Okay, so before this time, this was how the CAD file, if you got it, this is how the plan was turned, like this. Okay, let me just say, yes, this was how the plan is, as you can see right now. So, but the right way is to now return or rotate this plan to now suit how, so that it will just be on the other way, and not on this direction where it is. Okay, because this plan was turned even before it was added to the link. So just change it by yourself right now and take it up here and rotate, and then say yes on that, and then you will have it this way. So this is the perfect way for how it's meant to appear. Okay, so right now I'll be showing you how to now model this swimming pool. Okay, so the first thing we are going to do right now is to go back to our model interface here on Protastructure. Now, before we start, I will say that you should please give this video a thumbs up, and if you are new on Ekidel, I will say you should please subscribe to our channel Ekidel so that you don't miss all our amazing videos. And if you need this card file to be able to follow us what we are doing right now, we have dropped the link to this card file, to this system story video, which is this one here, on this video description down below. Although it is not free and it is not also expensive, so get it for yourself and then follow us up on what we are doing so far. Okay, so right now, to now begin the modeling of this swimming pool, which is directly at the top around this corner here, as you can see from our card file as we have it here, as you can see it here. And if we go to the plan view of this system story, you can see it directly here. This is where we have our pool. So right now, I'll be showing you how to model a swimming pool that is dropping down at the top of the roof. As you can see it directly here on the card file here, as you can see that. Okay, so I would like you to pay attention, and if you have any questions so far, I would say you should drop it down on the comment section, and you can also join our WhatsApp group, which is the Ekidel Global WhatsApp group, which the link is on this video description also down below. And you can join our special Ekidel mentorship class training where I have to train you specially on tutorial design. Okay, so right now we will now move on to the modeling for today. So before this time, the first thing you are going to do is to locate where the pool is. As you can see right now, the pool is starting from the 16th floor, because this level here, this level here is the 16th floor, as you can see that, and this other one here is just the lift area here that is going up, which is the 17th floor. But basically it is called a 16th story because it is this 17th floor here is just to access, like for the lift to go up and to access this rooftop. Okay, so we don't take this as a story. As you can see it here from the design here, you can see how the shape is here. So we don't take this one basically as a story, because this is just an access to this rooftop. Okay, so right now I'll have to now go back to my plan view of the 16th floor, as you can see that right now, and then I will now go to my card file here. Now on my card file here, the first thing I'll do is to go and know the depth of my swimming pool. So you can't be able to know it here. So what I'll just do is to go to the elevation here. Since this drawing was drawn to scale, I'll have to now click on my dimension, and then dimension from the top of this pool, which is the level here, to the base of the pool here, as you can see it just here. So right now you can see that what we have here is what? One, let me just put this dimension around this place here. I'll put this here and then put this here. So what we have right now is 1550 millimeters. Okay, so right now this is the depth of our pool. So for us to now go, we will now go all this way down here, and we have known that where our pool is around this place here, as you can see what is happening here now on this plan view here. Now there's a small changes that is done here. As you can see from this column that we have here, this column here is this column that we have here, as you can see there. So we have these two columns, 1 and 2, which we also have here. Okay, let me just minimize this just this a bit, and this I'm able to show you guys very well here. Okay, that's fine. So this column here is this one that is here, and this other column at this edge here is this other one here. Okay, and you can see that from the column center line there is a difference, as you can see that, of about 700, if you can check that very well, to the center here, about 700. Let me just take a line right now to get this midpoint of this swimming pool wall, because this is a retaining wall of the swimming pool. This area here, as you can see, then this one here are the swimming pool retaining wall. So if you check what's happening there from this distance right now, from this distance now, from this center line right now to the center line of this retaining wall here is given to me as what? 700. So basically what it means is that we are going to offset 700 off to this, around this place here, backward, and that is where the retaining wall is. But I will have to advise or give you a little advice on this. when you are designing for a for a high-rise structure or high-rise building, most at times the design architect might do something that will not be possible, or although nothing is impossible in design, but might do something that will affect the stability of the structure. As you can see right now, the difference between the center line here of this place where we have our beam here to this place here is 700, okay? And that means that we are meant to offset backward and then put our retaining wall around this place here, which might not be too good for this structure. So I would say that by the right, as a structural engineer or as a civil engineer, you have the right to shift this retaining wall backward just for the safety of the structure. So that's what we are going to do right now, is to shift this retaining wall backwards to align itself on this column and on this beam here, okay? So right now with that stuff now, I will not have to offset this backward again. I will have this my retaining wall around this my retaining wall for this pool along this axis of this place and on this place. It is only around this area here that I will now make my offset. As you can see right now, that what we have here, you can see that from this place now, this is a green area, so our pool basically stops directly around this place. So right now I will have to check the center line of this and then get the midpoint first, and then now dimension from this place here up to this place here, okay? And you can see what we have, that we have our offset to be what? 1910, which is 1910, which is 1910 as our offsets, okay, to now have this our wall here. So right now I'm going to offset that by just clicking on this right now. I click here and then go all the way down to offset here, and then type in my value by pressing F2 key and then type 1910 and then press enter key, okay? So this now becomes where my pool will be, okay? So right now, to now begin to model our pool, knowing that this pool is dropping downward, as you can see from the elevation here, it is dropping downward. As you can see that this is the level of our 16th floor, which we are right now, but the walls are dropping downward to have the pool, okay? So it is dropping down into the 15th floor. As you can see that this is the 16th floor level, and this is the 16th floor level, yes, and this is the 15th floor level. So it is basically dropping down right now into the 15th floor. So right now we are going to do just that now by now making our story 15 active, okay? So before we model the walls, the first thing, just follow what I'm doing right now, because if you don't follow the steps I'm doing, you won't get it right, okay? So I'll have to go here first, make my 15 story active, make it active now, and also on this place also for this 3D view, and make sure that what is active there is the 15th floor. So I'll make it active also. Yes, so right now we now have 15 on plan and 15 on what? The 3D view. So I'll go back right now to my 15 on plan, which is 15 plan view. Now on this place, knowing that this pool we have what they call we have something that will carry the retaining wall. It must have a support because it cannot just sit directly at the slab, okay? It can't sit directly at the slab. So while it is dropping down into this place, something must carry it around this place. So we are going to provide that support, and I'll be using a beam of 750 depth by 300 width as the support to carry those pool. Then after our design, we will now check if the depth of that beam section is able to carry the weight of that pool, okay? So right now we are going to go back now to our plan view. So to now model that beam, you will see that we are going to model a beam that will suspend on this place, that will be like an intermediate beam along between the 16 and the 15, okay? So it will be in between the 16th floor and the 15th floor. So the beam will rest directly around this area, okay? So right now I'll go back to my plan view here, Now on my plan view now, knowing that my pool is running all the way down to this place and stops directly at this grid line A22, that's there to stop. So right now I will have to go here. I'll go here now and then click on my beam here. Now knowing that I want to use a beam of what? Of 300 by 750, but I'll have to come here right now and then type 300 here and then come here and type what? 750. Okay, that's fine. Now on this place now, then before you begin to insert your beam, knowing that we already have a beam on this 15th floor, but because this is going to be an intermediate beam, there's no need going to go and insert another story just to model your swimming pool. So follow what I'm doing just now. I'll come here to my 3D view and change the plane and change the location of the beams. Okay, so I'll come here right now and type 1700 as my new beam location height, and also here 1700. That will not be, these two values right now will not be my new beam location. And how do I get that 1700? I got that values by, let me just open my tablet right now. I got that values by simply doing this simple mathematics. Okay, let me just show you that just now right now. So I did that by, let me just open this. Okay, right now, yeah. So I got that by knowing that the height of our story is 3.5 meters. That's what we have. So right now 3,500 millimeters minus, okay, so right now minus the height of our pool, as you all know, is 1550. That's the depth of our pool. So what do we have here? We have 1,950. Okay, now then you now minus what? Then minus what? Minus the depth of our what? Of our slab, which is what? 250. Our slab, the pool of our slab, sorry, our pool slab, which is the base of our slab, I'll be using 250 as my slab thickness for the pool. Okay, so right now that will now give me what? 1700. So this is how we got the value of our level for the beams. Okay, so right now I got it by the story height, which is 3,500, minus what? The height of the pool alone, sorry, is 1550. Okay, then minus the depth of my slab, which is this, and then we got what? 1700. Okay, so this is how this value came into existence, 1700. Okay, that's fine. So right now I will now come here and then insert my beam along this place now. So when I insert this beam now, this beam will be directly, will now set above and not be at the same point where this beam 15B 17 is. Okay, so I'll insert this right now from here to here. So make sure you put these values, else it will not work. So I'll come here and insert this right now, this place here. Now once I insert this now, you can see that we now have two names here. You can see that we have one 15B36, which is the one that we are just inserted right now, and then 15B7 that was there before. If I now check on our 3D view by just escape first and go to our 3D view right now, 3D view, you will be able to see how the beam looks like. Okay, let me just 3D view right now. Now you can now see how the beam looks like. Okay, this is now the beam that we have just inserted now. So we still have our original beam, as you can see it before here on this 15th story level. Now we have just created now intermediate beams which will be able to carry the retaining wall from the pool for the pool. Okay, so right now I'll now go back to my plan view 15th story here and then do the same thing right now by just clicking on this, by taking the property of this particular one. Now once I take the property right now, I'll have to confirm again if they are all the same. Yes, 300 width, 750, and most importantly this level must be there. Okay, so right now I will now go here and then click on this and then go again right now on this place and click on this. They will ask me a question. I'll also say no. I'll say no, don't split the beam. I'll go again, all the way down again, and then insert this. So just insert these beams directly at the perimeter of where the pool are, where the retaining walls are going to sit, because those retaining walls from the pool we see directly on these beams. Okay, so I'll also insert this other one here and then go again and insert this other one. Now this other one right now, I'll go ahead and insert it directly along this place, and then I'll come here and then stop this other one here. Okay, I can see that it is showing as what? As a cantilever. So because of this, I will have to undo first, undo that, and then we do it again right now by taking the property again, and then just follow what I'm doing right now. I'll come here, click on this, and then take the property of that, and make sure it is 17 by 17 drop down, and then click on this, and then go all the way down here and stop the beam here. Okay, now again, now I will now come here and then escape, come here and insert another beam again. Now since we have a slab here, we have to take off the slab first before we can now put the beam, else it will show that the beam and the slab they are both overlapping. So I'll skip this one first and then continue with this other one here by clicking on this right now and then click on this. This same line is also the beam perimeter, sorry, the pool perimeter. So I'll go again all the way down now and then click at this place here. They'll ask me this, I'll just say no. Okay, now we have just done this now by inserting all that, and I'll come here just now, escape first, and then come here, remove this slab first, delete, right click here and then say delete, and I'll come here just now and take the beam, or just go and set a new beam right now. Make sure that my beams are having all those parameters, 300 and the depth 750 as assumed, and then come here and put 1700 positive, not negative, and then 1700 again, and then come here right now, click on this and then click on this here. Okay, that's fine. And then I'll now come right now and then click on this slab property just now, click this slab property, and then insert back my slab around from here to, and also this panel also. Okay, that's fine. So you can now see what we just have just now. We now have this now, and if you now check on our 3D view of this 15th floor now, you will now see how what we have just modeled so far. We have modeled the supports that is going to carry the walls of what? Of the pool, as you can see that just now. So right now I will now come again here and then click on these beams right now to remove these other beams that is below. I'll work on this on the 3D view right now. Click on these beams to remove the wall load, because the wall load right now is meant to stop directly at this beam bottom and not to this very end again. So I'll come here and just hold my control key and try to select all the beam perimeter on the 15th floor around the pool here, and do this again here. Okay, that's fine. And then also rotate this again by doing this. Okay, and then go all the way down here again by doing this again here, and then come here and click on this. Okay, and again hold my control key again, go all the way down here, my control key is still on, and then click on this again here. Okay, that's fine. And then I will now come again, let me see again. Okay, I'll take this off first, right click now and then do what? I'll say delete load, and I'll say okay, delete load. Yeah, that's fine. So we have now removed the load from this place, because this load from this beam was trying to enter into this place, and we don't have wall load here. What we have from this place here is a retaining wall, which I'm going to model just now. So we now have this now as the base of our pool. So right now, since we have modeled this area right now, we will now go to now make our 16th floor active to now model the retaining wall and the slab. Okay, so right now I will now go here and come to this place now and make my 16th floor active on the 3D view area, and come back to the place here and make it active. Okay, that's fine. And again, come to the plan view here and make it also active 16th floor, and come here, make it active too. So on this now, I will now have to remove these slabs, okay, because I want to use a solid slab for the base slab for the roof, for the pool, right? Alright, so I'll now come here and then delete this, and again I'll say yes, delete, and I'll come again here and remove this slab here, click here and then what? Delete. Okay, that's fine. Sorry, not to remove load, delete the slab entirely first, delete. Okay, that's fine. So right now again, we will now begin to now model the retaining walls. Okay, now before we do that, the first thing we have to do is to remove these beams. Okay, we will have to remove these beams on this perimeter wall of the pool, because we want to now replace these beams with a retaining wall so that the water on that area can be retained. Okay, so I'll come here and remove all the beams around this place where we have our pool. This also will go, and then right click here and then say what. But before I do that, first let me first insert my slab. So just undo, just escape and then click on slab here. Now for the slab, now for the base, for the pool slab, I want to use a depth of what? Of 250 as my slab. As you can see that they assumed it is. When we have done design, we will now check if this depth is sufficient or not. So right now on this level, now this level here for the pool slab, you have to insert minus 1550. That's because from our CAD file here, you can see that the depth of our pool is 1550 millimeter. So I'll come here right now again, and that's why we are putting this value right now as the level of our slab as 1550 negative, so that it can go downward and not above. Okay, so right now we will now go all the way down here for the cover. Since this is a water retaining structure, I want to use a cover, a concrete cover of what? 50. Okay, and then I'll come here just now for these loads here. Now on this loads now, I'm going to insert my load here to be what? The dead load to be 1.5, and then the live load to now be what? 13.63. This is the load of the pool. Okay, the load of the pool, and that is gotten by what? Look at how we got the load by just coming here right now to the CAD file here. When you come to the CAD file here, you have to take the area of this pool. And when you take the area of this pool, once you get the area, multiply the area of this pool by the volume, then divide it by what? 10. You will be able to get the weight of the pool. Okay, sorry, the load of this water. Okay, right? So that's how we got this value here, 13.63. Okay. Now on this now we will now begin to now go all the way down here. Okay. So since we have our level here, which is this should be 550 here. Okay, and then do this here. Okay, that's fine. So we have this, where everything now becomes okay. Then we'll now come and insert our slabs now by clicking on the area where the slabs, where the pool are, and then insert our slab and insert the slabs here too. Okay, that's fine. Okay, insert the slab. Now before we insert the slab here, we must have to provide this stuff here. Okay, so I'm not going to put this slab here first until I have provided this wall that we're going to sit on this area. Okay, so right now I'll just click on what? Escape here, or close, sorry. And then if we go and check our 3D view now, you will see that we now have our slab drop down. Okay, so you can now see our slabs now are being dropped down, as you can see that. So on this place now, we will now go again and then remove the beams on this area, as you can see that. These beams on this area is to be removed at the top of this 16th floor. So I'll click on them on this 3D view here, and click on this also, and then click on this one here also, and then do what? Right click here and then say what? Delete. And then say okay, that's fine. So right now you can now see that we have just removed that right now, and I'll now come to this 15th floor here and click on this beam, because there should not be a wall load on this area, because this is the pool area. So I'll click on this one that is showing wall load now, and then also hold my control key and click on this wall load again, and also this other one that is showing here directly here, and I'll click on this now, then right click and then do what? And then say delete load. Okay, and I'll say yes, delete loads, and the load will be off. Okay, so right now the loads are off now, as you can see that. So we will have to, sorry, I think I just, let me see. Okay, yes, that's fine. So we will now have to now insert our beam now along this area. So go back to our plan view now, Now on this area right now, we'll have to also drop down the beam because there should be a beam on this area at this level of -1550. Okay, so I'll come here just now and then click on my beam here. Okay, so on the beam now, which is the pool base beam, this pool base beam now, which is crossing here should be 750, okay, by 300, and I'll come here and also put in this value right now on this place here, 1700, and then put here 1700. Okay, that's fine. And then right now, I will now come here. Sorry, the pool crossing beam is minus, not 1700. 1700 is for the perimeters. So minus 1550 because it's meant to be at the same level with this slab, okay? And also come here, minus 1550, that's fine. And I'll come here just now, click on this, and then go all the way down here, and then click on this, that's okay. And then again, come again now, escape that first. And then come again now, click on this, and then click on this again. Okay, and then come again here now, escape, click on this, and click on this again. That's fine. And then I'll come here right now, click on this, right click here, and then go to this end condition and say assign both ends what supported. Okay, so I'll click on this right now and say assign both ends supported. Let's just show. Sorry, just escape first, and then come here, click on this beam right now, right click on it to remove that cantilever symbol, and then say both ends supported here. Okay, that's fine, and it will be off just now. It's off. Okay, that's okay. And then if you come here right now, 3D view, you can now see what we just got so far right now. This is now what we have just got, which is very, very perfect, as you can see there right now. And we will also have to drop down this beam. This beam will drop down again by 1700. I can see here right now, although this is okay because there will be a retaining wall on this area, so this is perfectly okay. It will anchor itself also on the partially on the beam and also on the retaining wall. Okay, that's fine. So right now we will now go all the way down to the plan view again right now. Now on the plan view now, we are done with the, as you can see so far, what we have just done so far right now. We have just modeled this base right now. So let's now go model the retaining wall around this place. Okay, so I'll come here just now on my plan view, but before we begin to model the retaining wall around the perimeters, we will have to remove all the perimeter beams around the pool here. So hold your control key and select all the perimeter beams first around the pool, and then on the 16th floor, don't forget that 16th level, 16th floor. So come here, click on this and on this. Everywhere the pools are going to run, we are going to remove all the beams around that area, and this also will go. And then right click now and then say what, delete, and I'll say yes. Okay, that's fine. So right now you can now see, if we now go and check 3D view right now, you will see what we have just done so far. We now have these places now without any retaining wall. So let's now go and model our retaining wall along these areas, okay, to fill up these places right now. So the retaining wall right now will sit directly on the beam. So this beam right now becomes the supporting base or the support that will carry the retaining wall. Okay, so I'll go here right now and click on this place here, and then I'll now come here and then click on what, wall here. Okay, now on this wall right now, I want my width of my retaining wall to be what, 300. Okay, and then I want this place right now to be what, 150, and also 150 here, 150 the extensions. And then I will now move on to this place that I say here, 3D view here, this 3D. Okay, now on this 3D right now, we will have to now apply some figures here, and those figures are going to apply by 1700, so that it will rest directly on the beam, and also on this place also at the bottom part 1700, sorry, 1700. And then with this now, once we're done with this, I will now come here, then begin to model my wall along the perimeters now. So I'll click on this right now. Once I insert in this wall here, this slab now will just adjust automatically right now, and I'll click on this right now and then go here again and click on this again, and the slab will adjust to fit in to how it was before. And again, I'll click on this right now. Now if you go and check on our 3D view right now, you will see that we have just inserted the first retaining wall, as you can see there. If I now click on the escape key here, you can now see that this our wall right now for the pool wall now sits directly on the beam. Okay, so this beam now becomes the support for this wall. Okay, that's fine. So I'll now go here again right now. You can now see if I just turn right now, you will see what we've done so far. This now becomes the pool retaining wall. Okay, so I'll go back right now to my plan view right now, click on this wall, right click here and then say what, properties, and then begin to insert again for the rest, and then click on this place right now all the way down to this column here and click on this right now. Okay, and again click on this again and then insert all the way down here. That's fine. And again click on this again right now from here to here, and continue again. Now on this other side right now, remember that we did an offset of 1910 1910. Okay, so this retaining wall right now will stop directly here, because if you look at from our CAD file, as we have our CAD file here, our CAD file says that here, from our CAD file here, that's why you need this CAD file to flow us up. So our CAD file says that this pool, our pool wall stops directly at this place here, which is this very place here, and the distance from this column to this place here, the distance from this column here to this place here is 1910. Okay, so this is the distance here, 1910, as you can see it from the dimensions here, 1910, as you can see that. Okay, so right now we will now go all the way down again, click on this now, right click here, and then come here and say properties here, and then click on this now, and then come here and then insert our wall here again, and click on this perfectly here. Okay, that's fine. And again, we'll also click on this right now on this place, and then put this here. Okay, that's fine. And then again, go again from here all the way down to this place here, and insert this here. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so right now we now have this perfectly well placed, and then we will now come here and take these beam properties right now, this other one here that doesn't have any drop down or any level, and then come here and then insert the connecting beam here to connect this to this here. Note that this place must be 0 on this other one here, and also escape and then insert again from here to here. That's fine. And then we will now have to insert our slab. The first we will take our slab from this property right now and insert only on this area here, on this region here, and I'll come here and then say what here, insert, come here and pick points. I'll use the pick point method and pick the points to put this slab on this panel, this to this, and this to this here, and this here, and then final this here. That's fine. The slab will appear just now. Okay, let me just escape first. Let me check again. Okay, again, back again right now. Okay, that's fine. So you can now see our slab right now appearing, just using the pick points to now insert our slabs. So on this other one right now, this other slab here, since this area here is still part of the pool, I'll have to take my slab property from this other one here. I'll come here, right click here, and then say properties here from this slab, and then come here right now, beam region. I'll just say beam region here. Beam region, insert by beam region. Okay, that's fine. And I'll come here and then click on this, and the slab will automatically be there. If I now come and check on our 3D view right now, you will see what we just done so far perfectly. Okay, so you can now see that we have successfully modeled for this swimming pool at the top here. Let me just show you guys that. So you can now see that this is now the base of the pool, and you can see right now the base of the pool right there is a slab below it, which is the base of the pool, and this green one here right now becomes the retaining wall. Now, as you can see also on this area, from our pool right now on this place, you can see that our pool on this place right now, our pool, these columns that are showing here are not meant to show, because these columns will cause an obstruction for the people swimming on this place. Someone might hit his head here, so we have to make this column right now to be the same, to flush inside or to hide inside the wall. Okay, so right now let us do that just now. So on this place right now, I'll have to rotate this again, escape first, escape, okay, and then rotate this again, and let's now begin. So you can now see the pool perfectly. So we will now begin to now model, change up these other things here, and I'll click on this right now, right click here for this column at the top of this 16th floor, right click here right now, and then say properties, and I will change the width of that place, which is the B1, to be what, 300, and I'll click on what here, and I'll click on what, update here. Okay, that's fine. So on this place right now, you can now see that the column right now flushed with the wall, and I'll click on what, escape, and do the same thing for this other one here. Let me go again for this. So all the columns right now are meant to flush directly. I'll come here right now, click on this other column here, right click here. Let me just rotate this a bit like this. Okay, that's fine. And then click on this right now on this column, and then properties for it. And I'll come again right now and then put here 300, and then 300 also. 300 here also, for it to hide inside the wall, and I'll click on what, update here. That's fine. It will be inside the wall right now. Perfect. And I'll come again right now on this other one, and then right click on this column here, and then click on this property right now, Note that I am changing just this side of the column only on this 16th floor, not on the whole on the whole stories. Okay, I'll come here again right now and then put on this place. Let me put this first 300 and confirm that 300 here, and I'll claim here and then say update. Okay, that's fine. It's okay on that area. And I'll come again right now on the edges right now. On these edges here, we are having that kind of issues again on these edges here. So I'll come here on these edges here and make the same thing. Come here, click on these properties here, and I'll come here and make it 300 by 300. Okay, and I'll click on what? Okay here. That's fine. Now click on what here? Close. Okay, and I'll go again to this other side of the building here. Okay, we also have these two columns here, and I'll click on this right now. Right click here and then say properties and reduce that by 300 to bury it, 300 by 300 again, and I'll click on what? Update here. Okay, that's fine. Okay, and I'll come here and then say close. Okay, and I'll come again on this other side again, which is the last one. Click on this now, and then right click perfectly. Sorry, let me just bring it down. Right click right now and then say properties again, and I'll come again right now, come here 300 by 300, and I'll click on what? Updates. That's fine, and I'll come here and then say close once it is done. So you can now see how we have just done this perfectly, as you can see it right now. You can now see how we have just modeled this. Let me take this grid line right now to this 200 so that we can have the look of our pool without any obstruction of the grid lines. Okay, so right now you can now see how our pool looks like. Okay, this is now how we have modeled the pool perfectly, as you can see that. So you can see how we modeled the pool by first thing we did was to provide a support. Okay, so right now we will now have to now bring in the wall load right now for this. So this area below this pool becomes just a free walkway. It now becomes a free walkway, as you can see from the CAD file. As you can see from the CAD file that this is where the pool is. This is where the pool is, and under this pool, on which is the next story below it, it is just a free walkway. There is no activities happening here. So this drop down or this headroom has no issue because it is just a free walkway, and this headroom is around 1.9 meters or thereabouts. So I think it can someone can still enter there and then comes out without any form of obstruction. But since it's a free walkway, there is no activities here, there is no bedroom here, no room, and no sitting room, nothing happening here, so it is okay. Okay, so the person that drew the plan really did a good job. Okay, so right now we will now go over it right now to now apply the wall load on this area. But let's confirm if this area has wall load. Okay, so from the CAD file again right now, you can see that basically there is no wall load. Okay, because this is the 15th floor, which is these beams here. This beam here this is the perimeter beam that we want that we have around this place, and there is no wall load here, as you can see that. So there is no need for us to put wall load around below the perimeter of the beam, okay, which we have around this place here. So it should be left open, okay, basically for ventilation, because you can see that since this headroom has already been taken off by the pool drop down, so this place should be left open for a proper ventilation, so which is okay. So right now you can now see how we have just modeled this pool perfectly. So this now becomes the garden area. Let me just show you guys that. So this now, as you can see right now from the CAD file here, that on this area there's a sit out here, as you can see that, and this also there's a sit out also, and this green area here, which we have here now. This is what we have. This one now is what we have here, as you can see that, and this wall right now, this wall here is this wall that we have here, okay, and then the perimeter walls now move all the way down. So this is now the pool area that we have perfectly here, as you can see that. This is now the pool area that we have, as you can see that, and then this beams that is here is just there to bring support to this pool base, and also this pool base, this slab area here is too much to have as a one panel. So that's why we have these beams at this level of the slab, as you can see that right now, which is perfectly okay for structures. Okay, so right now we'll now move on to the next, which is now the hot bath model, okay, which is on the Storey 2. The hot water bath on the Storey 2, which is here. Although basically this will not give us a big issue because this is an upstand hot bath pool. Okay, it is not dropping down as this is dropping down. Okay, so it is like an upstand. Okay, so it will not give us that much issue on that. Okay, so right now we cannot see what we have just done, but although we can just choose to allow this come again, let me just go right now on the cat fire, fire. So on this place right now we can choose to allow this because this is basically we can use a hollow block to achieve this, a load bearing hollow block to achieve this by filling it up with a concrete grade of 30 on that hollow blocks, and that will be okay. So we can choose not to model this on this structure and just use a hollow block and then fill it up with grade 30 concrete during the construction. Okay, so this is okay. So but we'll just go to the slab on this area and add the water of this place, okay, and the weight of the water of this place, and that's all. Okay, so right now we'll now move on to the next. So you can now see how we have just modeled the pool perfectly on this place. So if you are new on Ekidel, I would say that you should click on the subscribe button, because here on Ekidel we make structural young engineers to be a professional structural engineers, and we help you to build a career in structural design and also in civil engineering, because here on Ekidel we use real-life examples and real-life projects to perform structural design, because we believe that that's the only way you can get confidence. Now I would say that you should be able to share this video to your friends and colleagues, so they will also know what we're doing here on Ekidel. And I would love you guys to give this video a thumbs up so that we can get a good rating here on Ekidel, here on YouTube, sorry. So thank you so much and God bless you. Now, if you have any questions so far of what we have done, I would say that you should drop the question down below. Okay, right now we are missing one slab here at the 15th floor here. So let's go and put in the slab there. Yeah, we didn't put that into consideration. So when you're doing your modeling, also make sure you check everything before you cannot begin your design. So you can see that we missed a slab here. So I'll come here just now, click on this, right click here and then say what here, properties here, and I'll come here and then say insert by beam, and I'll click on this right now. So we have just done that. Okay, that's fine. So if we now go back to our 3D view here, you can now see that we now have our slab there. That's okay. That's okay. Okay, so that's fine. So make sure that you give this video a thumbs up and also share this video to your friends and colleagues so they also know what we are doing here on Ekidel. Ekidel is a #1 destination for structural engineers and for civil engineers all around the world. Now, if you want to learn more about structural designs, as you can see, you can quickly enroll for our Ekidel mentorship class. It is a live screen sharing where we have to train you specially, either using Zoom app or Google Meets or Microsoft Teams, and you'll be able to see our screen when we are training you. After the training, your life will not remain the same as a structural or civil engineer. So don't miss the opportunity. Take it up right now and then enroll for that. You get the link down below this video description, and every link you need is this video description. You can hit us up on our WhatsApp platform, as we also have our WhatsApp group chat down below. So you can quickly use the link to join our WhatsApp group and then begin to interact with other structural engineers all around the world and share knowledge also together. So thank you so much and God bless you. See you again and see you again tomorrow for the part 12. Bye for now and we love you.